0212, July 16th to 25, Britain Max 1124 hours of progress on the global heart simulation. Currently, a easier way of logging errors has been implemented in that a macro has been created in order to define other macros that are necessary to log the file, function, and line of an error. And to see this in action, there is some error logging code that, when tested with a error status, will print out the specific file as well as the function within that file and the line of code within that file where the error occurred, and that normally that would have to be passed in using these macros for the file, function, and line. But what has been done within the past hour is created a different macro in order to represent three macros. And in order to see how this works, the function for detecting errors takes in the file, function, and line, and what can instead be done is to define one macro to define three other macros, which that just makes defining and checking for errors a lot easier, as otherwise every single place where one would need to detect an error, one would have to pass these three individual variable macros into the function. But instead what can be done is to just type out the single macro, which for now is represented with the word location, and so that just makes this a whole lot easier. And so the intention for the next hour, now that the error logging is set up and has been made to be more easier to write out, the intention is to start adding in the DirectX 12 members, such as the device as well as the DirectX debug layer.